first thing to tell you is that the temperature here is 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 degrees Celsius, with 45% humidity. It's the last of the afternoon games, and it's going to be very demanding on the players. And before you think that will necessarily favour the South American side, I should tell you that their starting line-up, 8 of their team play in Italy and the other 3 in Spain. We have a sea of orange and a sea of blue and white. Still portraits of Maradona, and he's now working for Argentine television. And thinking back on those memories of 20 years ago, what odds would you have got? The Dutch then, when Neeskens here played, had twins René and Willy van der Kerkhoff. The Dutch here now have twins, the De Boer brothers, Frank and Ronald. VIPs here, including the Argentine ambassador and the first secretary to the Sports Ministry of the Netherlands. Wonderful again to see the two sets of supporters intermingling. It's the Argentines who walk down the orange line. It's interesting to see the expressions. Some go through the motions, some do seem to be genuinely friendly. And the Dutch side, they've had one change forced upon them and made one of tactical choice. Mark Overmars is unfit with a hamstring injury. Patrick Kluivert comes back. Cocu will play on the left. And in midfield, Jonk is preferred to Seedorf. And while we look at slow motions in the crowd, that's the Argentine side showing one change from the team which started against England. Sensini, Roberto Sensini, who played in 90 and 94, has recovered from his thigh strain and replaces Vivas. The referee for this match is refereeing his 6th game in the World Cup finals, Artur Bricio Carter of Mexico. Chelsea supporters won't need the player on the left there to be identified, Ed de Huy, and there's Arsenal's Mark Overmars. Hoped he would be ready, but not to be. Argentina being a little more fortunate, although they've lost Berti, who was in some people's starting lineup, but not in the coaches. Daniel Passarella, who tries to be the latest to captain and coach his country to win the World Cup. There they are, Neskins and Passarella, on opposite sides 20 years ago, on opposite benches today. Dennis Bergkamp will miss the crosses of Overmars, but he'll be happy that he's playing just behind Kluivert. Batistuta, leading goal scorer in the competition, and the man who shared that position with him, Christian Vieri, has of course gone home. Zanetti to Veron. Kluivert's first touch. And his second. Davids scored the all-important goal against Yugoslavia, his first for his country. Davids. Looked as though the ball was going to go out, but I don't think it actually did. But the assistant referee says that it did. Owen Powell of Jamaica is on this side, and Elias Salinas Rostron of Honduras is on the far side. Good lean in. And Lopez finds the verdict given against him for leaning in on the Reisiger, who was doing his best to hold him off and succeeded.
It was good covering by Reisiger. It was important that he got across there. Lopez, a very elusive left-footed player, starts on the left-hand side. He makes these little runs across the line. He's going to be an important player today. Of course, the Dutch, without their very influential wide player Overmars, Cocu's going to play wide.
It's the 6th of 7 games played here in Marseille. And the crowds who have come here to the oldest city in France to watch their football have been well served. They saw the French get off to a rousing start. They saw the world champions beaten. And they saw the Dutch come here and score 5 goals against South Korea. England, of course, played here as well, and they opened up with a victory against Tunisia. Ayala plays it forward, not too successfully. Almeida. Sensini to the right, not used. Lopez. A couple of good forward runs. That's well covered by Newman. Sensini did really well. Ortega. It's a brisk opening on a warm afternoon. Those on the near side in the shadow will appreciate it, I'm sure.
But there is quite a strong breeze behind the Argentine side, from left to right, and they will look to try and benefit from that. It's a very open stadium, but there's going to be times this afternoon when they're going to have to slow the pace of the game down. Both teams have the ability to pass the ball well and get width well, but there will be passages of play which are slower.
You might argue, David, it's a side which suddenly changes the pace the better, who will come through to the semi-finals. This is Wim Jonk. Van der Sar hasn't really been tested yet. Beaten by the penalty kick, Yugoslavia. Crossbar saved him. Ronald de Boer, good running by Reisiger, but comfortably matched by Chamot on that side. Stamp and Batistuta. Davids. Young looks for the return, gets it. Kluivert. In his first appearance since being sent off in their opening game. Here's Bergkamp, was casually given away. Kluivert, good challenge. Cuckoo. Instant shot. Jonk hit the post. Kluivert. Argentina all over the place, but they survive. The Dutch unlucky. The goal shook from Wim Jonk, but the ball would not go in. Cuckoo did really well. It was deflected off an Argentine, straight to Jonk. Look at the shudder.
It was a good opportunity because the goalkeeper was caught surprised.
Chris Hiddink, coach of Holland. That's testing, and that's well claimed. Nice little flick on by Ronald de Boer.
Enterprising play out on the left by Bergkamp. Led to that lucky break for Holland. It would have been even luckier if Wim Jonk could have secured it into the rigging. But quite a fast start, and that's pleasing.
Davids. Stamp. Massed ranks of orange behind Van der Sar, stretching up into the sky, it would seem. It's a wonderful setting, this. Impression is that the stadium is hewn out of the mountains. Simeone, not the most favourite player in England. Sensini. Frank de Boer, Cuckoo. Ronald de Boer. Newman. Too short, Cuckoo had gone away. Zanetti after a brief halt. Simeone, Veron, offside flag, goes up rather late and rather tentatively.
That's not advantage, eh?
Ortega. Free kick. He was looking for it in the end, but that's going to be one of the contests. Ortega against Davids.
Yeah, it is indeed. Real clever ball skill players.
Strong header by Ayala. Veron. Foul by Davids. Little unlucky. Lopez. Ronald de Boer. Chamot has followed Kluivert. Frank de Boer. Kuku. Through a posse of four. Just a little bit short from Bergkamp. Well played by Sensini. Ortega. Stump. Sure would like to give a reassuring performance both for his country and for his new club.
Yes, he's been under a little bit of pressure, particularly in the Dutch press. They feel he's made one or two vital mistakes. He is a massively strong player, and we've seen that he has some pace. I was told before the game that actually stam in Dutch means tree trunk, but he's far more mobile than that.
Useful, Lopez. His run was matched by that of Frank de Boer. Kluivert not seeing the intention. Won by Ortega, that's the goalkeeper's.
Argentina just a little bit nippier in the middle of the park at the moment. We have Veron winning the challenges and Ortega and Zanetti, very good workers as well as skillful. Argentina also playing with a three centre-back system, Sensini, Ayala and Chamot. The Dutch keeping their back four in, Reitziger as the right back, Newman as the left back, Stam and Frank de Boer as the centre-backs. And for Holland, it seems to me as though Kuku is going to play wide, and as a replacement for Overmars, he'll play probably slightly deeper. Kluivert is a very orthodox centre-forward, with Bergkamp dropping off a little bit.
This is Ortega. And the free kick is given against Stump, who is shown the yellow card, which he can't quite believe. It's the first booking for the Dutch in this second phase. Well, tried to get to the ball and made ankle first.
With events of the last few days, it's going to be so important that both sides try and keep 10 outfielders on the pitch today. In these conditions, a man short would be absolutely vital.
Said at the start, it's the sixth time this referee has refereed a World Cup Finals match. 5 times he sent a man off. That shot by Batistuta is blocked by Davids. Stum. Quite what he intended. He was put under pressure by Batistuta. It's a foul by Lopez. Ronald de Boer. Good block. It's by Sensini. It's following Bergkamp. That's a good piece of play. Nice little return. Kluivert! Lovely play by Holland. Ronald de Boer, Bergkamp, and Patrick Kluivert makes his first impression at the highest level. 11 minutes and 34 seconds. Holland's 10th goal of World Cup '98.
What a superb angled pass here by Ronald de Boer, a most fantastic player in my view. And Bergkamp's vision to play that ball square across the box, and Kluivert's nous. He knew that Bergkamp was going to put it into the space, and there he was, casually lifting it past the goalkeeper on his left-hand side. A man under pressure, A man now relieved of a lot of that pressure, putting the Dutch in a fantastic opening start.
Doing what their coach, Ruud Hiddink, said was important. Said it will be much the best for the team that gets control of things in the first period. Here's Ronald de Boer, Kluivert, Wim Jonk, Bergkamp had Sensini and the ball at the same time. Veron. Campeones is the early cry from the Dutch support. Here's Ortega, being given a reasonable amount of room, albeit wide. Two in the middle, Batistuta makes one run, then another. It's covered by Newman. Stump. Ayala. Lopez. Ball was out.
And that was a good decision by the linesman. Lopez was right on top of him. Passarello will be reminding his players, keep calm, Surly.
Behind for the second time. Of course, they were 2-1 behind to England. The only other side to score against them. So group matches without conceding a goal. Here's Sensini. Easy for Newman. Bergkamp. Free kick. Challenge from Almeida, adjudged a foul. He clearly doesn't agree, and that seemed to be quite a sharp look at Dennis Bergkamp. Jonk. Davids. Still one of 4 players now of Holland who've been on the pitch for every second so far. Habermas was in the group, but misses this one. If you've joined us late, he's out because of a hamstring injury. Oh, the referee will not like that challenge one little bit. And it hurt Newman as much as it hurt Ortega. Newman invited to get up. Free kick given. The Mexican referee seems to be content with that.
Well, Ortega nipped in when Newman just lost the ball. And Ortega was too quick. And I think Newman, in stretching there, has probably damaged a groin. I don't know. We shall see.
And the yellow card is shown. He waited till he got up on his feet, which suggests that the referee is a gentleman. It's a perfectly justified yellow card. He's taken. Newman is invited back. This is Veron for Argentina. And it's still Veron for Argentina, just couldn't get the final touch. It just needed the big toe, and it might have been enough to push it under Van der Sar.
Well, he kept running Veron. It was Batistuta, I think, that gave him the final opportunity. Not really much of a scorer, Veron, in his career, but he's a real powerhouse.
Flag stays down, and this is Lopez, and it is 1-1, and the Dutch look at the linesman, and history repeats itself. They looked at the linesman 4 years ago when they went out in this round against Brazil. But there was no flag then, and there's been no flag now. Lopez's goal for Argentina stands, and suddenly the delight is in a different colour.
I think we've got a fabulous game in the making now. You see the cleverness there of Lopez's run. It was Veron, the player we were discussing, who's made that super pass. Veron made the ball into the inside right channel. Lopez, another of those left to right runs across the face of the defence, dummied Van der Sar and had the audacity to place it through his legs.
And I think that the assistant referee was absolutely right with his decision. The Dutch were caught out, as they were by the Brazilians. 1-1, game on. Free kick with a challenge on Ronald de Boer, whose brilliance in orchestrating the start of the Dutch goal has now been nullified. Jonk to take the free kick. Stam is up. A lot of jostling for position. Got 6 players in the 18-yard area, had the Dutch. That's a good try, but he didn't really get any power behind the header.
Well, the referee has to have eyes in his back of his head when those free kicks or indeed corners are delivered. It's like 6 players of orange being marked by leeches in blue and white stripes, and Rower did well there to collect that ball cleanly. A nightmare for the referee. Everyone holding and jostling and fighting for little runs and movements to get that extra yard.
Kluivert moves away. Free kick to Holland. Davids. Jonk. Sturm. Ronald de Boer. Simeone, almost in the same pair of shorts. Sturm. Frank de Boer is now the back man. Good crisp play here by the Dutch. Good response to the equaliser. That's too long.
Poor throw by the goalkeeper, not appreciated, I wouldn't have thought, by Zanetti. Almost put him out the game.
Frank de Boer. His brother offers with the other way. He comes on the short side. Oh, he's got to be careful. He's robbed by Batistuta. Ortega forward, Lopez even further forward, and it was an awful pass by Batistuta.
Shame for Argentina. Newman caught, good delivery. Would have put Lopez in for a second opportunity in almost as many minutes.
Van der Sar with plenty of time and no challenge. Stump. Got on. Couldn't get it. Nicely done by Reisiger. Jonk. Newman. Bergkamp. Chamot receives the yellow card. Jonk will take the free kick. Well out. Roberto Ayala.
Sorry, Barry. Yupstam there, pushed in at the back post, and he was unmarked.
Drumming is of Argentine origin. from backman for Holland. Newman, bit of space to move into. Didn't really use it. Zanetti, good carry, good dispossession. Newman trying again. Davids. Good quality contest this. Just thinking that Argentina, by general opinion, involved in the best match of this championship so far. Maybe they're going to repeat that unless something awful happens this time again. Kluivert. Good clearance by Sensini. Here's Lopez. Trying to run his man, Lopez. Still Lopez. Batistuta waits, the goalkeeper committed, but calmly done by Frank de Boer. Lopez, having written his name into Argentine history by scoring their 100th goal in World Cup finals, was hinting about a quick second and his personal talent. Davids indicating the referee that was a dive. Not the first to do that. Ortega. Sensini. Simeone. It's corner.
I think the referee was right there. Just the slightest touch off the burrs. There you see that super race, both players straining every sinew. And Stam making the challenge. But Lopez is quick.
Very direct. 5 out for Argentina in the 6-yard area. Batistuta at the back. The end easy for the Dutch goalkeeper. Left one up, who is Bergkamp. And Roa has come out of his goal. Zanetti. Dispossessed by Kluivert. Played it early for Bergkamp, but not accurately enough. Batistuta's got between two here. Just couldn't get the touch.
Batistuta and Lopez look to run behind the Dutch defenders at every opportunity. Without Overmars, the Dutch have got to work the ball more to make the opportunities. They haven't got the pace to really get behind. And there's Bergkamp coming towards the play, which he so often does, showing to make the passes to bring the midfield in.
This is Davids. Good, positive run by Davids! Well, it got the ewe from the crowd and the applause from Kluivert, who might perhaps have hoped that Davids would check out and find him. Had 2 up, went for the shot on a very tight angle, and the goalkeeper had that angle certainly covered.
Incredible player, Davids. He's so squat, he looks heavy around the midriff. He's got such power in his legs, he's got drive, but he's got such talent in his left foot. He's the cleverest, possibly, the cleverest manipulator of the ball on the field today. He's a fantastic player.
Simeone. Ortega might counter that argument, the early shot from Simeone.
I think there's a lot of arguments that will be viewed today on this field. It's a very close game. I think one of the problems the Dutch may have as the game wears on is Wim Jonk in the middle of the field. He can't really do the up and back work that may be required. He's got to hold his ground and give Davids opportunities to get up and support Kluivert and Bergkamp. It's going to be hard for him, and he's against a very athletic player in Veron, who's giving years away. In fact, Barry, looking at the team sheet, there's only 2 players on the field over 30, and I think that's a good sign, because it's been a World Cup of quite experienced players.
Here's Jonk. Good play by Ayala, forced him to come back. Reisiger. Ronald de Boer. Newman Cuckoo has gone down the middle. Bergkamp coming out wide. Sensini for company. It's out. Lopez again. Good follow-up by Simeone, but not a good pass, because they had 3-on-2 for a moment. Kluivert to the right. Chamot with him. Bergkamp to the left. Sensini with him. Ayala between the two Argentine defenders. Kluivert. Reisiger. Free kick. But this time he's adjudged to have used more than his fair share. There's a nice reaction at the end of it. A little push then, a little grab. Amidst what has been a very interesting football World Cup, it's also been quite a strong test of arm ball. By Lopez, but to nobody in particular. Newman. Stump. Something of the early pace has understandably dropped from the game. Bergkamp did well to get a second bite. Kluivert, nice little thing. Davids! Kluivert! Interesting block by the goalkeeper, who was going off a little bit the other way, I think. Got his body there.
It was a clever layoff, and Davids hit it instantly, and you could see their rower going slightly to his left and then having to palm away.
Now we've had a third of the contest, and so far it's lived up to its billing. Plenty of smiles. Veron. Batistuta. Frank de Boer first. Simeone's picking up quite a lot coming forward on the left side. Calmly done by Jonk.
Simeone has also been detailed to mark Ronald de Boer on the left-hand side. The further Ronald de Boer pushes up the field, the more Simeone has to track back. He's a powerhouse usually in the centre. He's playing on the left-hand side for his country.
Davids again finds room on the left side. Bergkamp forward, not huge. Kluivert away somewhat hurriedly. Cuckoo. Jonk. Kluivert holding up the ball well. Bergkamp, Jonk just behind. Cuckoo, this is, turned into Batistuta. The fact that Batistuta was there is indicative of how the Argentines are getting people back. Good break right side. Reisiger, 3 on the 18-yard line. Lopez back to assist if need be. Cuckoo. Sensini's clearance, but not a particularly good one. Davidson Zanetti. Newman, good positive header. Bergkamp. Turned back into the tackle. Ortega. Strong challenge by Davids. Dutch having the better of it at this stage.
Yes, the Dutch are playing quite fluidly at the moment. They're finding Kluivert very well up the middle. He's playing across the width of the 18-yard box. He's looking for the ball at clever angles whenever they've got the ball in defensive areas, and they're trying to find him up to his feet, no awkward balls to control, and he's laying it off with some subtlety.
Veron, Lopez. Batistuta makes run left, right, left again. Stum with him. Simeone. This time it's wrong on the ball, checking on his forward movement, which he hasn't always done. Veron, Simeone, found a bit of space here, the Argentine captain. Batistuta, Simeone, and still, good clearance by Frank de Boer. That's nice. Jonk to Newman. Kluivert in the middle. Now comes down to the left. Simple but effective touch back to Newman. Bergkamp starts to go. It's through to Kluivert. Well, it would have been, but it was very well cut out by Chamot.
I think Newman spurned a shot there.
Reisiger. Davids. Jonk. Ronald de Boer. Bergkamp in a line with the right-hand post. Kluivert a bit further over. Now comes to the back of the box. And this is Jonk. That's a lovely strike of the ball and is well parried.
Terrific play once again to set the play up. Fine block by Roa on Wim Jonk's other foot, his left. The Dutch a little bit more menacing.
Six wait for the corner. Curling to the back of the area. Sensini goes chasing. Came off the hand briefly, but the referee waved away a half-hearted appeal. Ortega, that's a poor challenge by Dennis Bergkamp. Man who is lucky to be playing in this match. Really got away with a challenge against Yugoslavia. That wasn't pleasant. Ortega. Davids and Ortega. Davids is winning that particular contest at the moment. Two up, four behind for the Dutch. Stum, back four involved too. Ronald de Boer. Jonk has gone to the right. This is Kluivert. De Boer off. And the assistant referee responding to the appeal. Gentleman from Honduras. Ortega. Simeone. Veron. Somewhat subdued. Veron. One run where he just failed to get the final touch. Straightforward ball, which was testing for Reisiger.
That's the ball Argentina are looking for, the one over the top when they get into the midfield third. Slight variation on the Dutch approach play, up to Kluivert's feet and build off him.
Batistuta to come from the right. Stum follows his run. Corner too short anyway. Veron. Ortega. Shooting chance on here if he wants it. And he does, and he hits the post! So that evens up that department as well. A goal apiece, a post apiece.
Super shot, a real bomb that. And when it exploded onto the post, I think Van der Sar knew he was beaten.
It's Patrick Kluivert. Cuckoo across the penalty spot. Bergkamp over on this side. Ronald de Boer. Simeone. Argentine supporters lifted by that moment. Here's Lopez. Batistuta going to the far post. Ortega coming inside him. Batistuta can't find the final ball to reach Batigol.
When they do break out, Lopez is a real danger. I just feel let's see this attack develop.
Kluivert.
The Dutch back four are very concerned with Lopez's pace and his running across the line. Batistuta, they're not so much worried about, but between the pair of them, it's keeping the full-backs of Holland, Newman and Reisiger in fairly defensive positions. I would like to see them be a bit more ambitious, but they've got to be very wary. Lopez is a danger.
Ortega. Awkward one for Van der Sar, which he does well with. Pleading from Daniel Passalela. Chamot. Almeida. Was a moment then when Davids was carrying the ball and the free kick was given against him. There he is. Oh, they both handled it in that movement. Well, they're rather better at the tango, the Argentines, aren't they?
I think it's called the Eton Wall game.
Batistuta and Zanetti both forward, but the ball by Sexton. This was the shot that hit the post. Ortega. That's Frank de Boer who ducked his head. Ortega watching it. Didn't get the result that he was hoping for. Into the last 5 minutes, as you see, of the first half, 1-1 the score. Ronald de Boer, Wim Jonk, Bergkamp does well. It was not as comfortable as Roa made it appear. Zanetti. Sensini. Ayala. Peron. Newman now going everywhere Ortega does. Earlier it was Davids. Peron, handball. Lyon.
A very, very even game.
Two with longer memories might have a certain amusement about handball decisions against the Dutch, because 20 years ago there were handball decisions against Argentina which were not given. A match where the Dutch felt that everything was against them. Marco, they do sometimes think that, but there's no justification. Peron. This is Chamot. Peron. Free kick. Turning of Jonk. Ball running from Kluivert, and in the space that he left goes Bergkamp. Ayala with him. Huge spin on the ball, but the corner prevented. Sensini, living a little dangerously. Couldn't have been too aware what was behind. Newman hoped he'd get a free kick. When he saw that he wasn't going to get it, he was very quickly up on his feet. This is Ortega, space on the left side for Ron. Fouled by Stum, who's already been booked.
There's a tremendous run off the ball then by Lopez as Ortega picked the ball up when Batistuta laid it inside. Stam made the challenge, he definitely caught him. He's such a live wire, Ortega. The ball had gone, but ahead of him, Lopez had made that darting run left to right and really taking Reisiger right across the face of the goal and leaving a massive space. It's a space that Argentina might benefit from.
Batistuta looks as though he fancies a crack. Scored 5 so far, including the penalties. But Baron takes it. That's nicely done. Argentina, who weren't the best free kick to England's loss, but this man Zanetti scoring. They try a bit of variation, it's not always just the crack every time. Zanetti, Ortega. He's won that one. Free kick taken, Batistuta. To be watched. Simeone does well. Sensini. Lopez. Many a good contest all over the pitch. Simeone capable of a long throw. Doesn't use it. Ortega. 2 weight in the middle. And up comes Veron. Not the best of headers by Cuckoo. And Zanetti. Oh, just kept sticking around his feet. It's a lovely drive by Simeone. And unfortunately for Argentina, he didn't quite get a sufficient number of degrees round to get it on target. Batistuta, who played it to him, didn't miss by much. Too long. One minute shown on the board, and there goes the half-time whistle, and the end of a really good and interesting half, with the score at 1-1.
A really good half. I think both the Dutch and the Argentine players will be relatively happy with